Erma Leonard. There are two types of people who choose to dwell in dense northern mountains, places where there are so few people compared to unbridled nature as far as the eye can see. Either they are born and raised there, like my grandfather, or they come seeking the life of a hermit. Winters harsh, bears plentiful, stores sparse, schools hours away. When a new dwelling appears at the side of a road, it is welcomed like a boil on a butt, even if it has a delicate wisp of smoke curling from the chimney and a welcome sign on the door. Who the hell is that? One summer, Erma Leonard arrived in a battered-up Chevy Caprice. A woman with white hair she kept in long, thin braids, and a face full of the deepest lines I'd ever seen on a face. From the screened-in porch of our grandfather's cabin, my cousin Tommy and I watched her profile as she drove past, engine sputtering. Erma bought the old Englert place about a mile up the road, run-down house and a barn with a caved-in roof. She planned to live there year-round, according to Ed Dottie, owner of Dottie's Grocery, Coin Laundromat, and Taxidermy. Ed said Erma Leonard came in once a week for cat food and common stuff, like cans of baked beans, Wonder Bread, bananas, and ginger ale. Never gave up anything about where she'd come from. Ed's takeaway was that Erma Leonard wanted to be left alone because of her eyes. Terrible to look at. He didn't enjoy them, but he hated to look away. Seemed rude. What did they look like? My cousin Tommy asked Ed the last time we were out on errands with our grandfather. I wasn't sure I wanted to hear the answer. They look more like two black pits, holes you could poke your finger straight through. I've never seen anything like 'em before. Tommy farts long and loud now from the hammock on the other side of the porch. Why are you such a pig? I complain bitterly. I am sitting cross-legged on floorboards, playing solitaire with a half-assed deck of bicycle cars because so many of them are missing, lost through the cracks in the floorboards to linger in limbo for eternity in the dark and dank world underneath the porch. Tommy and I are the same age, 12. Like all 12-year-old boys, he has the manners of an ogre. I think Erma Leonard might be an alien, he says, or maybe she's possessed by a demon, like that movie The Exorcist. I bet her head turns all the way around and she pukes green vomit. I don't care what she is. I don't want to talk about her. You're scared, he taunts. What are you afraid of? That she'll curse you with those holes in her eyeballs? Come on. I don't even believe old man Dottie. He makes stuff up. I thought you were going fishing, I say. What happened? I don't like snakes. Now who's scared? Let's hike up to her house and knock on the door. We'll bring some strawberries or something. You and I are leaving here in 2 days. Maybe next summer vacation she'll be gone and we'll never get the chance to see those eyes. Maybe she'll be dead. Why would she be dead? I ask. And no way. There's no way I am going up there with you. 15 minutes later, we are on our way to the old Englert place with a pint of strawberries and 3 large zucchinis we picked from our grandfather's garden. I can't let Tommy go there alone. What if something happens to him? I'd never forgive myself. He was going with or without me. I can tell he's scared because he keeps running his fingers through his curly black hair. We have the same hair, the same freckles, the same noses. Everyone thinks we're twins. What a nightmare that would be. 2 weeks with Tommy per year is more than enough. When we get there, he says, I'll do all the talking. No, you won't, I answer. You're not the boss of me. I'll say whatever I want to say. Once you see she's a real witch, you'll run like a baby. Oh, really? And what are you going to do? Give her a big hug? Just shut up, Tommy. I hope she doesn't turn us into a pair of drooling zombies. I groan and punch him good in his little bony arm. He yelps like a wounded animal in a trap, as always. He might be a guy, but he's not tough. God knows what lies ahead in the life of Tommy Paine. It gets worse. When a massive vulture drops from one of the tall trees lining the sides of the narrow one-lane road, Tommy jumps out of his skin at the power harbored by the raptor's lungs. Her deafening shriek is blood-curdling, but she's a bird of prey. What did he expect? I swallowed down the urge to laugh at him out of the pea of mercy in my heart. I can see his hands are trembling by his thighs. There's no explanation for the snakes we start seeing as soon as the old Engler place comes into view, though. 4 snakes is a lot to run into all at once, even in those snake-loving mountains. A gray one, green, black, and an orange one with yellow diamonds, slithering down the side of the road, heading in the same direction we are, slick tongues darting. Tommy starts whimpering and biting his nail beds. I want to turn back, but I decide to teach Tommy a lesson. He won't be calling me a coward after this. Erma Leonard opens the door after one knock, scowls. She's wearing round sunglasses, jeans, and a faded tie-dyed t-shirt. No warty nose. I shove the bag of garden goods toward her. She ignores it. Behind her, the house is dim. Couch, braided rug, 4 cats sitting in a row, ears twitching. I smell the stink of sulfur. I hate twins, Erma rasps, barely audible. I wasn't expecting Tommy to do what he does, to flick Irma's sunglasses off. I clamp my eyes shut. Tommy gasps, crumbles beside me. Erma slams the door. I kick Tommy back to life. We run like hell. Afterwards, Tommy claimed he didn't look either. He did. He was never the same. Kept to himself, got into fights, stole stuff, flunked out of school, eventually moved to some remote Canadian outpost, went off-grid. It's time to get this off my chest, for Tommy's sake. It's true, I didn't open my eyes that day, but something did happen. My eyelids were no match for the blinding light that hit us when Tommy knocked those sunglasses off. And the noise. Imagine 1,000,000 killer bees drilling into your skull. As for Erma Leonard, a week after we visited, she disappeared, for some people. I've seen Erma ever since. Her face in a passing bus window, the background of movie scenes, inside an elevator I just miss. Someday, I'm going to find my cousin.